So today is May the 4th. May the 4th be with you. Yesterday this turned up, so I'm going to keep a record of my progress as I prepare it for the battlefield. Let's open it up. So here it all is laid out. My first step in the project was last night. I took every individual piece and I scrubbed it with a toothbrush and soapy water. That took a while. So the next stage, which I shall be doing later on, is to clean off all the excess bits of resin. See you on the next update. It is now May the 6th and it's taken me a couple of days, but I've cleaned every piece. And there were a lot of pieces to clean. You should see the pile of useless resin I've got. Anyway, I think that's the hardest stage out of the way. So next is I'm going to start building some sub-assemblies. So I'll be back with my progress on that soon. Update for May the 8th, and the main assembly is done. So where I had some options, I did think about magnetizing, but in the end I chose the weapons. So I've got my last cannons on the front here, and I went for plasmas for the sponsons. I left off the grav plates because when I was painting the repulsor, that's the one thing I wish I did. So that should make painting a lot easier. Other than that, this thing went together really, really well. There was no real work needed to do putting it together. It's holding in one piece. It's not been pinned or anything, just super glue and a lot of elastic bands. Looking at it now, I can see that that needs a little bit of hot water just to give it a little bit straight. Maybe something here as well. But other than that, it's really, really nice. I did stick the thrusters on. I'm not sure if that was a mistake or not. We'll see when it comes to painting. I think I should be able to work around that. I'll probably just have the covers metallic, the same as the thrusters. That will save any messes. I've glued this thing on because I didn't see any reason not to, otherwise it's just going to fall off. Yeah, there's a few gaps I want to fill in. That was probably my hardest job, getting that piece in there. I really tried to get it without any gaps, but that was the only one real issue I had. And in the end I thought, it's pretty small, tiny bit of green stuff. Now for the turrets and things, these do actually move, but there was a lot of wobbliness, a lot of freedom. So what I've done is I've just put a bit of blue tack in either side, and underneath there you won't be able to see it, but it just gives it a little bit of tightness, so it still moves but it's not loose. That's not going to wobble anywhere. So that's it for this update. The next update, it should be filled and I'm going to spray it black. That's not going to be today because it is raining outside now, but hopefully tomorrow maybe. I'll be back soon with the next updates and you shall see a black Astraeus tank. Today is May the 14th. Now, it's been quite some time since my last update, but here they are, finally undercoated. Interesting story. I said I was waiting for the rain to stop. Well, it took a couple of days, got everything ready, took it out to spray, and And then I discovered that the spray can was empty. The downsides of sharing resources with other people who don't tell you when they've used them up. So I thought, I'll just brush apply it. This was a bit more difficult than I first thought. Especially this thing. Even though I left, a day between doing half and the other half, handling it still rubs it off, and in the end, it was like painting the fourth bridge, if anyone gets that reference. I was touching up bits that rubbed off, rubbing more bits off, to the point where I was doing more damage than healing. So, this is the best it's going to be undercoated. I'm going to be a bit more careful with the base coating, which is my next stage. So I'll be back with that update in the near future. Well, today is June the 21st. Yes, it has been a whole month since my last update. I've base coated everything. The main reason it's taken me so long is because I thought I'll do it by brush rather than spray. And it wasn't very easy to hold, so I had to go over a few bits. There's still a few little mistakes, but I'll probably catch those as I go on. This is probably the best reason ever to invest in an airbrush, because it was a nightmare. I mean, I have issues, as I may have mentioned before, which is why I wear this. I suffer from diabetes, which also means I have trouble holding things properly. So to actually hold this thing, which ain't light, and paint it was difficult. But anyway, I think that is the most complicated step done now. When you next see it, I will have washed it all, and I'm just going to do Nuln Oil for the whole lot, and then I'm going to heavily dry brush the base coat. So Macragge Blue, Lead Belcher. Yeah, I won't be dry brushing the black, obviously. That won't be it. There'll be more layers to it. But that's when you'll see it next, after all the dry brushing, the washing and the dry brushing is done. Hopefully, it won't take me a month, especially with Apocalypse in 2 weeks. Right, see you soon. Okay, it is now June the 27th, and work is progressing, and obviously I can't fail to mention that there seems to be a train on my table, but I didn't want to shift it just to record this segment. So I washed it, I dry brushed it, and I did some highlights. So I did Calgar Blue for the blue, Stormhouse Silver for the Lead Belcher, and some Eshin Grey for the black bits. And I've also done the base. Now, speaking of the base, I did a quick test, and it's not really centralised, the point of gravity. So I think I'm going to have to glue the base on, otherwise it's just going to collapse all the time. So that's unfortunate, but I don't want the thing falling over all the time. Anyway, the next step is to do the detail work. So when next you see it, I'll have all the little bits done, like the Aquila. There's a couple of little skulls there. And I'm going to stick some transfers on. And that will be it. That will be it complete. So, next update should be the last. Hopefully tomorrow. Okay, it's still the 27th of June, and I finished it. Here we go as I walk round. So, details been added, a few transfers put on. And as I said, I had to glue the base on because it just would not stay up. Well, that's it. I finally got it done. By the time you see this, you should have already seen my first battle report with it. Hopefully soonish. But there we are. I can't wait to try it out on the battlefield. See if Christian likes this thing. Well, I might do another one of these in the future if I can find something appropriate. But for now, thanks for watching.